My last video was a long one, so let's switch things up. In this clip, Renegade's going to showcase advanced application of 3 of Halo 5's core mechanics: the slide, the clamber, and the thrust. Check it out, I'll be back with the analysis.
Opt to run away and go down to Tower 1.
Tok's doing really well to secure Nest there. Splice, they were caught up in the action, they were caught up looking for that one player, and it just allowed Tox to use that distraction to get into Nest, but Renegade is just not missing at the moment. He's going to take this fight. He does hit the shot, it is a trade, but look at the confidence coming out of him.
Can we just take a second to appreciate how slick that slide was? Who saw that slide under the groove in the wall? Look at that. Oh, like a ninja just sliding by, all right? Here, wait, watch. I'm going to play that in quarter speed, okay? Quarter speed. This is why I need like a good video editor. Just cue the gangsta music. Here, wait, watch this. Look at his player cam. I'm going to leave that there for the rest of the video. It's like way too big for his head. Kind of like his ego. Just kidding, guys. Remember, confidence is necessary in high-level Halo play, and Renegade has plenty of it. He's an amazing player. Make sure you follow Renegade on Twitter. I've linked his Twitter in the description of this video, and someone send this man a DM and tell him he needs to start streaming. I would love to watch his gameplay. He's got great gameplay, starting with this sprint jump thrust to get across this chasm here. And remember, if you sprint jump thrust, you will go farther than just jumping and thrusting. Even if you sprint for a quarter of a second, you will still go farther, so apply that where you can. And you can add a stabilize and mash crouch at the end of it to go even farther and maintain that peak height in your jump and avoid unnecessary clambers. Make it to the long haul here. Even the slides that he does are very strategic. When you start a slide, you can't shoot initially until the end of the slide, so you have to be very aware of when you choose to slide and know where that slide is going to end, so that it ends in a place where you have easily available cover to get behind if you need to. Like in this scenario, if he needs to strafe backwards, if somebody's shooting him at engine, he can strafe backwards and use that cover. At the same time, he's got the upper hand on Lethal here, who's outside on the catwalk. He knows that the nest was just capped and there's an enemy player on the nest, so it's good that he's holding his ground here. He doesn't need to go in for a melee and reveal himself to the opponents on nest. Just strafe and shoot him with your best shots that you can shoot him with. And remember, don't burn a thrust and a jump. Don't burn unnecessary lifelines if you don't need to. Just shoot him and hold your ground strafing. If he falls and you missed a shot and you didn't kill him, he falls, he's one shot, let's say, just call it out to your teammates and don't chase him down there. Don't give up your positioning, and don't, put yourself in a situation where you'll probably end up getting a trade and you won't get away with much, rather than just letting him fall one shot, maybe die, and call him out so that a player who may be in a better position can finish him off. But regardless, Renegade's got amazing shots. He will 5 him. And someone take notes. Guys, take notes on this slide. I've never slid across the bat ledge from this angle before, and I'm going to start doing it. But you slide so that you go under this groove here. So just time it so you go under that groove. Make sure that you position your reticle as you're sliding. That's so important too, because he knows the player's on nest 100%. So he's going to approach this with high speed. And if you approach a battle with a lot of speed without burning your thrust, that is so effective because it's hard for them to land the first shot. And he makes sure that as he's coming by at high speed, he's got his reticle ready so he can land that first shot on the opposing player while he's still moving fast up to this bat ledge. And this bat ledge is not a bad place to be. It's very easy to fall down, go down to engine 1 or maybe trenches if you're in trouble. He also has his thrust so he can burn it at a nice time here too. He's going to fire the shots, jump out, thrust back in to get back to the bat ledge. And remember, because he's on this spot, he can drop off really easily. He got a nice double on Frosty here. He sees snake bites there, and this is the advanced application of the clamber that you need to check out. I've talked about this in a video before. I'll link that video in the description. Shotzzy uses this all the time. It's an alternative to challenging. You can clamber up, and in that clamber animation, during that clamber, if you tilt back on the left stick, so you basically buffer a tilt backwards on the left stick, then you will slowly walk backwards after you come up from that clamber, and then you'll fall off the ledge, and it'll allow you to clamber back up again if you hold down that clamber button. So the idea, the easiest way at least to do it, is to clamber up, and while you're clambering, tilting back on that left stick about halfway so that you slowly walk back backwards. If you peg that left stick backwards, you will fall off and you will miss your opportunity to clamber. It goes too far, but if you tilt it, you can still clamber right back up and fire that second shot. And this is so sick because it's a great way to challenge. When he falls and clambers like this and Snakebite sees him and he drops back down, a lot of players will see him drop and think, oh, he went to E1. So they lose confidence and focus for 1 second, and they're surprised by the challenge on the next clamber up. So if you can time this really effectively and be confident in your shot in the process, this can be really effective. But he clambers back up. He's one shot. He's got to reload. Always make sure to take advantage of the easily available geometry around you and use this cover. And now we have a situation where he's one shot, Snakebite is one shot, and if you're in Renegade like if you're Renegade right now, you've got 2 kills, you got a double kill, you wipe 2 players off the map, and Snakebite's there one shot, go for the triple. Like, go all in, balls in, confidence, and just do whatever you can to land that triple. And like, why not? You know, burn that thrust and fly out there. A lot of players, they will challenge just by strafing out, but in Halo 5, you have an opportunity to burn a thrust and fly out there with a hard challenge, meaning that the player on the other side needs to really, really be ready for that challenge in order to also hit you. Snakebite's an amazing player. Snakebite knows that in his position, he's one shot, he burned his thrust to get out on this catwalk. The last thing Snakebite wants to do is try to throw a grenade and not expect a challenge. A low-level player will throw a grenade and not expect a challenge. A high-level player will ready his reticle and expect that guy to challenge back out and make sure that he lands that shot. So Snakebite, amazing player, he also lands his shot because he knows Renegade's looking for that ballsy challenge, but Renegade still gets what he wants. He gets a sick triple, he lands that kill, and that is a perfect example of advanced application of the 3 techniques that I just talked about. When you're sliding, it's a great way to enter a battle with a lot of momentum, but always remember where you start that slide and where it's going to end, so it ends in a situation with an easily available exit strategy, and you don't just throw yourself out into open space. With thrusting, try to save that thrust as long as possible, but also remember that the thrust is a great alternative challenge tool to be used in specific scenarios, like when you've got that double kill and you want to finish off that triple kill and you know you won't be immediately cleaned up afterwards. And also the clamber is an excellent and creative form of challenging as well, and knowing when to use it and also using it to delay your descent and confuse your opponents in certain scenarios. But these 3 techniques, applying them in this way, you can absolutely improve in your gameplay in Halo. Thank you guys for the video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that bell beside the subscribe button. You can keep in touch with all my videos as soon as they come out. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.